You ever wonder why a guy who says nothing can own the whole room, while another guy's yelling his head off and nobody's even looking at him? It ain't about who's got the loudest voice. It's about who's got the power. And real power. It's quiet. See, I grew up around guys who didn't need to shout. They'd walk into a place, and the whole vibe would just change. A little nod, a look, a gesture you'd miss if you weren't paying attention. That was enough. It was a language without words, and it said more than any speech ever could. People think it's about muscle. Nah, muscle gets you respect for a minute. The real stuff. The respect that lasts. That comes from up here. It's all psychology. It's about making people feel what you want them to feel, without ever telling them. Think about it. When you're quiet, what are you doing? You're listening, you're watching. You're collecting information. The loudmouth? He's spilling everything. He's telling you what he's scared of, what he wants, who he's trying to impress. He's handing you the keys to his own cage. The quiet man, he just watches the show. He sees a little twitch in your eye when he mentions a name. He sees who you look at when you're nervous. He knows your whole story before you've even said a word. This ain't just some street stuff either. This is boardroom stuff. This is negotiation stuff. You think the guy macking the billion-dollar deal is the one screaming about numbers. No, he's the one sitting back, letting the other side talk themselves into a corner. He lets them fill the silence, and people are terrified of silence. They'll say anything to fill it, anything. That's when they give the game away. Let me give you a little secret. When you're quiet, people start macking up their own stories about you. They project their own fears, their own hopes. They think you're smarter than you are, more dangerous than you are, more powerful than you are. You become a blank canvas. And they paint their own masterpiece of intimidation on it. You don't have to do a thing. They do all the work for you. It's beautiful, really. You want to test this. Next time you're in a conversation and someone asks you a question, just pause. Just for 2-3 seconds longer than normal. Look them right in the eye. Don't smile. Don't frown. Just look. Watch what happens. Watch them get uncomfortable. Watch them start talking again, rephrasing the question, maybe even answering it for you. You just took control of that whole exchange without saying a word. This is the kind of stuff we break down here, the real human stuff, the psychology behind the power. If you're finding this useful, and you want to know how to use these techniques yourself, do me a favor, hit that like button. It tells the YouTube gods that you and we're on the same page. It helps push this out to more people who need to hear it. So go on. Give it a tap. Now, where were we? Yeah? Silence. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. It's a tool. Most people use words like a hammer, just banging away, trying to force things. A smart man uses words like a scalpel. Precise. One cut. But silence. Silence is like gravity. It pulls everything towards you without any effort at all. Think of a poker game. Who's the guy you're worried about? The one laughing and joking and telling stories about his last big win? Or the guy in the corner who hasn't said 2 words all night, just watching the cards, watching your face? Yeah, you know the answer. He's not just playing his cards. He's playing you. His silence is a weapon. It creates uncertainty, doubt, and in a world of liars and fakes. Uncertainty is your playground. It's about presence. When you talk less, every word you do say lands with the force of a brick. If you're always running your mouth, your words are cheap. They're like pennies on the sidewalk. Nobody bothers to pick them up. But if you're the guy who speaks once an hour, when you finally do talk, everybody stops. Everybody listens. 'Cause they know it must be important. You created value for your own words just by holding them back. I've seen guys build entire empires on this principle. They let their lieutenants do the talking, the yelling. They stay in the back, in the shadows, just observing. Their power wasn't in what they said, it was in what they could say. It was in the potential, the threat. People fear the unknown more than anything. And a silent man is the ultimate unknown. What's he thinking? What's he planning? Is he mad? Is he happy? You don't know. And that not knowing drives people crazy. It makes them compliant. This works in your everyday life, too. At your job, with your girl, with your friends. Stop feeling the need to explain yourself all the time. Stop oversharing. Let there be a little mystery to you. Let people wonder, you'll find they start treating you with a different kind of respect, not because you demanded it, but because you commanded it, with your silence. It's a chess game, and most people are playing checkers. They're macking loud, obvious moves. You gotta be the guy thinking 10 steps ahead, moving your pieces quietly. Letting your opponent trap himself. Let him get arrogant. Let him think he's winning because he's macking all the noise. The loudest one in the room is the weakest one in the room. Remember that. The real power move is to be understood without having to explain yourself. It's to have your presence be enough. It's about controlling the frame, controlling the narrative. All without being the loudest guy in the story. It's the art of saying everything by saying nothing at all. It's the VORY code. If you want to keep going down this rabbit hole with me and really understand the nuts and bolts of this stuff, make sure you're subscribed with the notifications on. I'm dropping gems like this all the time. Now, for those of you who stuck around, watch this next video on the screen. It's about the biggest mistake people make when they try to be intimidating. You're gonna want to see this. Trust me.